I am from France, living in Germany since like almost for 14 years. I'm an artist, video artist, working on most of the time short experimental films that are from maybe beginning with a documentary background and always with a bit of a fiction in it. And all began with one film that I did in 2007, which was related to a story that my grandmother told me. So it was a film based on a remembrance of someone, so the grandmother, telling me a fact that she lived during the Second World War. So that was the first moment where I thought it's interesting how she can try to remember, and this remembrance or this memory sounds to be very fragile and very immaterial. I was interested in how to materialize the memories. And then I've been doing 3 other films that are also dealing with memorial and places of memory. Once in Rome, about catacombs, Jewish catacombs that were below the Villa from Mussolini. And the last one was recently in France, which was about museum memorial and about actually Adiana village. And I was interested in the fact that exactly that these stones carries memory, materialize memory, and that the fact that we want to commemorate and we want to be like very close to these stones because we want to be close to memory. My project here is to play again with the idea of stone as materialization of memory, but like to try to get into it maybe back to the oral history, in meaning that with some testimonies or people talking about the stone that have been used to build memorials, but also to see it in a contemporary way, to see what is interpreted beyond the memorials and what saying people, and if the political regime makes different interpretations. By that there's the interesting ways of interpreting memorials, and maybe in different politics directions there are different also ways to interpret it. First of all, I have been meeting one person that did the place which is called Umschlagplatz. So I met Hanny Szmalenberg. With her I've been talking about the idea and the conceptualization of the place as more like architecturally speaking, so more about the concept, and also with which material she has been using, like which stones exactly. And so I have some footage of that. I have the footage of the museum, the Geological Museum here in Warsaw, where you could see the stones that have been used, and most of the stones, a part of the memorial has been used by stones coming from Sweden, and so this kind of back and forth from materiality to realization. Meeting Marek Modero, who is the sculptor who is working with Hania, and who is building or conceiving which stone, and so on, who is building the memorials too, and engraving the dates and the letters in the marble. The sound is not the most important, but it's very the contemporary part of the film, I guess, because as we are here in Warsaw today, 2016, we can abstract a bit and we can have some actuality, like what is happening today with the political situation and so on. This kind of layers that are for me very important, because it brings a part of the everyday life of today that is a big part of the film, because I can relate on on something which is very material but actual from today. On the opposite part, you have the images that are really like showing the stones, and the stones have no much time because there are a lot of close-ups of the memorials that also even you don't really recognize which memorial it is. Then it's good to situate at least one part, one layer. Like if it's not the image, then you have the sound, which puts you a bit more closer to reality. And then it's a game and then you have the memorial, but the memorial has not much time in it. Also, if you see it in a whole, it's still a memorial, so it's the past. And yeah, maybe that's the game between both sound and image. Bartek Woźniak and Janek Woźniak, well, I've been meeting them during a workshop that we did in a museum, POLIN. The idea of the workshop was to, I've been taking some footage the whole week, some images of, so the first was Umschlagplatz, but without showing it in the images. And I was like showing this, so filming the stones, like a lot of pans of the walls. Something quite abstract to let the people from the workshop to get some ideas and to see what they associate with these walls of memory, or if it's at all a memorial for them anymore, or yes or not. I really love to work with them, and